Hello, welcome back to another VGC video. I gotta say, I accidentally cooked with this one. I tested it against 4 different opponents and won all 4, so I think I'm doing okay with it. Kind of want to go over it really quick. First off, you can see there's a Maushold on there. Mouse is a bit bulky with a bit of speed investment to be able to outspeed Dragapult while it had an impish nature, but I just gave it a Jolliment. So now it can actually outspeed Calyrex-I with that Toy Scarf. Slightly less defensive, but it's got more speed. And after you is the move. It's the primary focus here. Follow Me is purely there for redirection support. Super Fang for some surprise damage to a few ice ground resists. I mean, why predict whether a Mon can Tera if you can just Super Fang it first? And then Pop Bomb for some actual damage. And Friend Guard is actually useful if you want to keep your allies healthy. Calyrex. I've mentioned before, it's not exactly got the perfect speed IV, but it still gets some use here. It's still a damn beast. It's got some fantastic defenses, even with no investment, because Friend Guard is still pretty useful. It's very important because Life Orb does tend to chip away slowly. It also means that without Clear Amulet, Calyrex is unfortunately prone to Intimidate cycling, but I also can use a combination of Swords Dance, Psychic Terrain, and Redirection for this team to help mitigate that as much as possible. Glacial Lance and High Horsepower are there for some nice coverage into pretty much just about everything except for, like, I don't know what, Cryogonal? Ice types with Levitate, or Ice types that can Tera into flying and I don't predict it right. Protect is there to, well, protect Calyrex during a Trick Room attempt, and Tera Fire to protect against any burns nerfing the horse. And yet another star of the team at the very end there, Indeedee. Indeedee female, not Indeedee male. A little bit more bulk. Does set Psychic Terrain, very useful. Usually overwrites any other terrain that's on lead. This is also useful in protecting Calyrex from like Fake Out and prankster moves like Taunt, Encore, and Parting Shot, and any other priority moves of revenge killing out of Trick Room. It's capable of surviving even a Life Orb boosted Draco Meteor from a modest max special attack Miraidon. I even calculated it myself after seeing it in battle. I was kind of surprised with that Psychic Seed giving me a +1 in special defense. It actually helps quite a bit. It's also very useful in redirection with Follow Me, setting up Trick Room and boosting Calyrex with Helping Hand. Psychic is there for damage, although Dazzling Gleam is usually better for spread damage, cleaning up sasses. It's also boosted by Tera Fairy, which is usually a common Tera for Indeedee to protect against dark types. And Indeedee is mainly just there to set Psychic Terrain or Trick Room, or both, hopefully. Follow Me is kind of important for Indeedee to be knocked out for a safe switch into Maushold, because Maushold is kind of frail, unfortunately. Prim, Talon, and Rilla are useful in a pretty solid Grass, Fire, Water core, whether offensive or defensive. Usually I prefer max speed Rilla in that core, but I wanted my max HP monkey to be able to survive a Tera Water max damage Water Spout from Kyogre, and my max speed one doesn't quite hit that even with AV. Fake Out is good, as Grassy Surge does overwrite any Psychic Terrain, even my own, and can help Calyrex set up a Swords Dance if necessary. Woodhammer and Grassy Glide are fantastic from Rilla, because even without a Band or a Seed, Rilla does have phenomenal attack and max attack Adamant to make sure Grassy Glide can do as much as possible, and to make sure High Horsepower still hurts Ensign at -1 on the switch. Prim is a pretty solid special attacker, and with fairly low speed, it actually performs quite well in Trick Room, with all the super speedy boys running around. Liquid Voice making Hyper Voice, an already decent spread move, gains Stab, and it gives a +1 with Throw Spray. Moonblast for the myriad of dragons and somewhat dark types, and it's pretty good for Chip. And Haze. Honestly, I think Energy Ball, Taunt, well, any other move might actually be better, especially as you can accidentally haze away Draco drops from your opponent and Swords Dance boost on your Calyrex. But it can be useful into any unaware Pokemon like Skeledirge or Dondozo that Cali can struggle against, especially if Skeledirge Tera Waters, then I can't really do too much. Resetting Intimidate cycling on Cali of Psychic Terrain can't mitigate it well enough. It's also one of the few moves that I feel like it's rarely needed, but I can spot when it's absolutely mandatory in team preview, so I just like having it somewhere on the team, and Prim is just useful to have that Tera Grass to help keep it as healthy as possible, really. And Talonflame. It doesn't really have a purpose, other than setting Tailwind if necessary. Taunt can be useful, but we're back into restricted territory. A lot of the Whimsicott that are running around are running Sash again, and Talon was most efficient for me back in Regulation H. It helping preventing Tailwind from Whimsicott because they tended to run. Honestly, I think Incineroar is probably a little bit more beneficial. But the only physical attacker that I really struggle against is Urshifu, which crits through stat drops from Intimidate cycling anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And relying on a Tera for Incineroar is just slightly too much reliance on instant for my liking. I'd rather try to save Tera for other Pokemon if possible. But anyway, that is the team. I've tested this against 4 opponents, like I said, and I haven't recorded any of the battles in this video yet, but I already feel really confident with this team, even with the mistakes that I'm about to mention. I'm actually already very cheery and chipper about the team. Just listen to it in my voice. As I said, there are a couple mistakes on the team, not a whole bunch, just a couple that are noticeable, nothing really game-breaking. First things first, I actually was going to mention that Mouse is not max attack because I didn't have it hyper-trained in attack, but I actually literally just did that just now before recording this little part. So it is now max attack, so Population Bomb will deal as much damage as possible with the EV spread given. And again, Calyrex is not min speed, so any Pokemon that are trying to outspeed you in Trick Room or trying to speed tie with you will actually outspeed you. It's also not very useful if you're going to come across any Sun teams that have Torkoal, because Torkoal will obviously still just outspeed you regardless. Any Ursaluna teams, I believe Calyrex is base speed 50, and I think Ursaluna and Ursaluna Blood Moon are like 48 and 52 or something. So they will probably outspeed you in Trick Room as well. Indeedee is also not min speed, which doesn't really matter too much, but it means that if there are any other Pokemon that are trying to underspeed Indeedee for setting terrain quicker, then they probably will set terrain just slightly quicker. Prim has Haze, already mentioned. Energy Ball is probably more beneficial. Talonflame has Sharp Beak and Tera Ghost instead of a Covert Cloak. I found damage to be more useful when I had used it before. I've never actually clicked Tailwind with this Pokemon. Only downside is if I want to get a sneaky taunt and get fake outed, then I would have to commit Tera. I have only ever brought it to 1 battle and didn't even really use it because I just ended up sweeping with these 2. And Monkey Plant. 31 IV speed. So if you lead against opposing Indeedee, you're probably going to get Psychic Terrain. And Indeedee male is rarely used. Indeedee female is generally preferred for Trick Room teams and are usually min speed, so they will probably set the terrain instead of grassy terrain. Not really anything, again, game breaking. It's just some things to keep in mind for this. Also, I should mention that the bulk on Monkey Plant is not really there at all. It's just primarily in HP, so you have no actual special defense other than the fact that you have a Assault Vest. But that's about it for this team. Something that I've been working on for a little bit. I actually had other plans for an After You combination with Calyrex, but I found Maushold to be a little bit more useful, again, with that Vanguard, keeping Calyrex as healthy as possible. It's very much a boost and protect kind of a team, or I think the term is protect the king. Usually, like the kind of style that Trapagos usually goes for. Funnily enough, the team that I had posted last time, if anybody is interested in using it, I made a few slight modifications, fixed Incineroar, all that good stuff. I actually recorded a video for this one, and the recording got hella corrupted, so I'm a little bitter about that and haven't bothered to re-record it yet, so there's that if anybody's curious. But this is the one I'm going to be focusing on for this video. If anybody's interested, the rental code is obviously on the screen and is in the description as well, along with the Pokepaste. And, well, let's just showcase this team already, huh? Let's go. Battle against Tom with his Miraidon. For a Giraffe, Iron Hands. Urshifu, probably Water. Fire Ogre upon a whim. They may not lead with Miraidon, so they might be able to get a cheeky little switch, get up their terrain. But I think I want to lead with these 2. Mouse in the back. And I think I want Rillaboom, maybe? Not sure if I want to bring Rillaboom or if I want to bring Primarina here. Honestly, I think Primarina is probably the better option. If they Tera their Ogerpon, then I'm strong against 4 of their Pokemon. Regardless, I'm strong against 3, so I'm guaranteed super effective against at least one of theirs. Hopefully. Oh, it's the Tera. Hello, Tom. Nice little belly bolt there. Leading Miraidon in for a giraffe. Alright. Well, a common theme with these two, Miraidon in for a giraffe, is for a giraffe, Tera Earth. And then going for some discharge. Which is a little bit unfortunate. I can't really redirect that. But at least I can turn off your Hadron engine and get rid of the electric terrain to not boost that. Still might hurt a bit though. I'm sort of expecting a Imprison. So I think I'll just follow me for now. So they would have to use Discharge if they want to harm Calyrex at all. And I will just Swords Dance, I think. Imprison. There's a Volt Switch. I drink that, thank you. Are they gonna Psychic Terrain them, or Trick Room themselves, maybe? Because that's also a very common, since they didn't Tera. They are in fact saving Trick Room. I do appreciate that, thank you. So now, this is where it gets to be really fun. Because they can just swap back in and then fake out. So I think I want... I think I'll just follow me again and just protect. They didn't swap, interesting. They don't know about the psychic terrain, hello? To be fair, I'm still in the Pokeball tier, but come on now. That hardly does anything to me. Okay, well I can just then Helping Hand and smack him in the face. I think Iron Hands might outspeed me in Trick Room. It does. Well, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get another +2 here. Yep, bye-bye. So now they're forced to send in their Miraidon, and I can just send in my Rillaboom and overwrite their terrain. I think. I'm gonna send in Maushold just to be safe. Because I don't know which one's gonna go in first because I'm not really paying attention to speed tiers in terms of how things switch in and out when they all faint at the same time. I think Maushold comes in... Oh, it does come in last. Okay, I thought it was gonna come in first, but... Alright. So I guess because Iron Hands was the slowest, it goes first. That makes sense, I guess. I'm good at playing the game. I'm not good at all the mechanics. However, I just outspeed everybody here, so... I think I'm just gonna follow me and Glacial Lance. Tera Fire, Glacial Lance. Because I have a feeling that... Well, I guess Ogre Palm will probably attack first, so... Tera's probably unnecessary. But just in case somebody survives, because if they do Tera Fire, they might survive Glacial Lance, but they Tera their Miraidon instead. I think you still faint here. I'm pretty sure you still faint here. I'm +4. And Life Orb. Yeah, okay, bye. Well, I must say thank you for the Trick Room. I greatly appreciate it. Good game, though. Oh boy, it's Zacian. And Regidrago. Sort of threatening. Especially if there's a Choice Scarf on that Drago. I don't think they outspeed Maushold. I can't remember what Regidrago's speed is. I think it's only like 80, isn't it? I know it's not super impressive. Indeedee of their own and a Tornadus. So they're probably going to have a Tailwind, which means I think it's going to be very useful to get my Psychic Terrain up. And of course, Urshifu and Ogerpon. Everybody seems to like those Pokemon. And I think Primarina is actually going to be the best option here. Out of these three defensively against Zacian, I think Primarina actually does the best. But leading this combo with Indeedee and Calyrex, it's actually pretty good way to set up. Just redirect as much as possible and set up a Swords Dance. Hope Indeedee gets knocked out. If it doesn't, you can go for a Trick Room. If you do, cool, now you can outspeed a lot. If not, then hey, now you have an After You Maushold in the back to help take care of the rest. Zacian and Indeedee. Zacian Crown. And since I'm just EV'd enough to outspeed Calyrex with Maushold, I should be able to also outspeed Zacian. I think it's like 2 points lower or something. I am faster than their Indeedee, which means they might be setting Trick Room. Or they just have a standard Indeedee set. What's their team? I don't see Trick Room coming out of this team. I am going to follow me. And Swords Dance. I'm kind of surprised that they led Zacian. Usually people want to keep that in the back because of the nerf to its Intrepid Sword ability. You only get one boost, so if I get rid of that or make your Pokemon go away, you lose that boost and you don't get it back. They are going to Tera. Interesting. Oh, it makes sense, because high horsepower is kind of common. Okay. Tera Ground. Earthquake? Does it even get Earthquake? Oh. He just wants to make sure it knocks out Indeedee. Makes sense. But now you are Ground. And I'm pretty sure I can just knock out both y'all. With a good old-fashioned After You. Fear of the Mice. After You. And just in case it somehow survives, which I doubt. Well. Yeah, I doubt. I don't think they would outspeed it either, so. Yep, that's what I figured. I honestly don't think I need to worry about Tera here. Super effective, +2, Life Orb, you're gone. Goodbye, farewell. Send out the next two. And if it is Urshifu in the back, I can actually Tera Ghost on my Maushold. Make sure I don't get close combated to death. I prefer not to. Because they also tend to run Choice Scarf, so that's one reason why I tend to struggle against Urshifus. I was Tera Fairy for a little bit, but that's just not good enough. And there's an Urshifu. Okay. Well, still no priority. It is in fact the water type, Urshifu. Tera goes after you and Glacial Lance, now that I'm +4. And the question is Urshifu Scarf or Sash? Because those are pretty much the only two things that anybody ever runs on them. Sometimes Choice Band. I don't think you're Scarfed. Unless you EV just to outspeed, because I think I outspeed by like 10 points or something. Yeah, that was fun. Picking up some quick knockouts with this team. I really like it. It's also very satisfying to Oko Urshifu. Good game, Omega. Yeah, another Miraidon team. And with a bunch of Pokemon that I would expect to see Groudon with, not Miraidon. Interesting. A lot of Sun enjoyers and an Iron Hands. I think I'm pretty much good to go with my normal setup here. As for my third, that's really the only thing where I actually have to think. And I think I want Primarina. I'm guessing they're gonna have Sunny Day on, what is that Pokemon? Jigglypuff? Jigglypuff's great-great-great-grandmother. This might be a little bit annoying. Because that means if they bring their Chlorophyll on there, Venusaur, I'm gonna be a little bit in trouble because it will probably outspeed Mouse into House. But you know what? I think Primarina might be decent here. I can Tera Grass if necessary against that. That's really the only thing that really concerns me here. Well, Iron Hands sort of concerns me too, but again, Tera Grass exists. Miraidon, not so much, because usually they tend to find Calyrex a little more threatening. They just lead Venusaur. Okay. 2 Ice Weeks. I guess Venusaur could set up Sunny Day if it wants to. And a Miraidon with Electric Seed. Everybody's setting up. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and Swords Dance and follow me. Now, they could Discharge. It will hurt their Pokemon, but they are Grass type, so it's not going to matter too much against them. Whereas it's neutral against both of my Pokemon. But they're just going to Heart Swap anyway, so it doesn't matter. Into what, though? Iron Hands, okay. Gives them a Fake Out turn next turn if they swap. Okay. I do have a high horsepower. I avoid Sleep Powder, that's good. So I think I'm gonna swap. Oh, I'm gonna Protect here. And swap to Prim, I think. Because I think they're gonna swap. They aren't gonna swap. It's been 2 battles where I expect my opponent to swap so they can get the terrain, because they don't seem to remember that Fake Out cannot be used on second terrain. I'm being nerfed by my own opponent's stupidity. Okay. Well, that actually helps me out quite a bit here. Let's see. I think Tera Fire, Glacial Lance, and Hyper Voice. This does leave Calyrex open to an attack, which I don't like. Just in case you have Weather Ball or Terra Blast or some sort of craziness. Okay, it's just Leaf Powder. A bit annoying, but whatever. I still have the Hyper Voice here. I should survive. Just barely. Okay. Good damage into Venusaur. Proc my item. Creates Iron Hands. Not that that really matters too much. That was mostly just for damage on Venusaur. I got punished for over-predicting, so now I gotta deal with it. Leftovers. I could wake. Do I want to switch or do I want to just let Prim go down here? I might even want to double protect, honestly. I think I will. Get a protect here. Does Cali wake? Yes, good. Okay, fantastic. Never punished. You go for Earth Power. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And Wall Charge into Prim. Oh no! Damn, I could have just gone for another Hyper Voice. I'm not in the greatest position right now. The thing is, I think I survived an Earth Power from Venusaur, but I don't think I survived a double up. I think regardless, this is what I want to go for. That's fine. That's actually best case scenario. That's actually perfect scenario. Holy crap. Okay. Because now you're going to switch. You're forced to switch. And I can see what you're switching into. You don't see Volt Switch too often on Iron Hands. That's interesting. Miraidon, maybe? Because I am going for Glacial Lance, so that's fine. Works for me. Because now I can bring in a Pokemon that can either set Trick Room and get speed control, or I can just use After You and have speed control that way. You didn't set up Tailwind, I definitely outspeed. Best case scenario. That was the best possible turn in whatever the hell this battle was. When this disappears, that's fine. Okay, so Tornadus was on the field, so that outspeeds Prim, so that means Electric Terrain is probably going to come out then. Oh no, they're going to send to Iron Hands. Okay, sure. They can't fake out, but they're probably still going to try it. I think I'll protect Trick Room. Earth Power into Protect. That's good. Because I don't think Iron Hands takes out Indeedee here. You don't even go for it. Works for me. Now, Iron Hands might outspeed. I don't think Venusaur does. But I will Glacial, and I will Helping Hand. We protect. High outspeed. Wow. I was not expecting that. Nice little knockout there. And attack boost. I think I would be able to take out Venusaur from here. And Miraidon. We get the terrain back up, but I don't really think it matters too much. Nothing there really has priority. So I think I'm safe to just smack him around. Battle's forfeited. Perfect. I'm pretty sure I still take out Venusaur there. I'm what, +3? And Life Orb? And Helping Hand. So I don't think there was too much to worry about there. Now that was only 3 battles. I'm kind of in the mood to go for a 4th, so I think I will do just that. But I think this actually got me to the next rank, if it'll show. It didn't. I had to go back into it, but I do get a rank increase. Wow, all the way up to halfway. Nice. Charizard and Venusaur. Oh boy. With the Whim and a Ditto, I'm a little bit nervous. With that Ditto, there is in fact an Ursaluna and a Groudon. I don't see any problem with bringing my normal setup here, honestly. As for the third, again, I think Primarina is going to be the best option. Part of me wants to try to outpredict whenever they bring in their Ditto, but if they lead with it, I'm a little bit in trouble. But if I do try to go for that, I think it transforming into like Monkey or something would be best, but I don't see a problem with bringing Primarina. Groudon is a bit annoying with Precipice Blades because it will deal a lot of damage if I Tera Fire when I don't need to. Ursaluna, I think, definitely outspeeds in Trick Room. If they go for that, but considering the Chlorophyll and Sunny Day and Tailwind potential, I think it's probably a max speed Ursaluna. Or maybe they have Min Speed and that's there to protect in case somebody goes for Trick Room like me. Still gonna do it though. Interesting name. I see MLG in there. MLG Aoi. Whim and Charizard. Okay. Heat Wave is a possibility that I'm a bit concerned about. Which means I might need to actually Tera here. Which again makes me a bit nervous for the Groudon in the back. So I think I want to Tera Fire and Trick Room now, probably. Because Follow Me, I don't think is going to do any good. They're probably just going to set up Tailwind and Heat Wave. And even if they don't, this is still good for me. Tera Fire is very useful in these circumstances. Oh, they're going for, yeah, damage. Okay, it's a good thing I'm Terraing here then. And getting my Swords Dance early. Because they just removed their ice neutrality. I can also go for Helping Hand on the next turn as well to help make sure I can deal as much damage into that fire type. But then again, Charizard's not exactly known for being bulky. There's the Heat Wave. I drink it. Fantastic. You also Life Orb. That's just damage. Gotcha. And a Swords Dance. It didn't go for Tailwind. Oh. Now that's my kind of whimsicott. In case you guys didn't know, I have a Whimsicott named Funny Fluff that has both Tailwind and Trick Room on it. Very useful. Thing is, I'm willing to go for it again, so like... Well... Maybe I'll just follow me here. Because I don't think there's too much that you can do spread damage wise. I know you have Scorching Sand. Or potential for it anyway. Actually, do you even get that in this generation? I know that was a thing in the Dynamax days. There's Encore, protected by Psychic Terrain. Why do people forget that exists? And Heat Wave, okay, that's fine. I should have just gone for Trick Room, but it didn't really matter. Are you sashed? You're not. Fantastic. Crit Charizard. Don't think that mattered. Again, +2, Life Orb. Think I was okay with it. Chilling A +2. And the last Mons. Ditto. Oh boy. Gee, I wonder what slot you put that into. And Groudon. They also unfortunately copy stat changes, I'm pretty sure. So this can be a bit tricky. However, Wait, do they? Yeah, they do, okay. I think I want to protect... Follow me. I want Indeedee to go down here. That will be the best possible scenario, is if Indeedee faints. Precipice Blades. Good, it connects. Can't see anything because Groudon's fat ass is in the way. And Glacial or High Horsepower? Okay, that's fine. Now, Calyrex is unfortunately bulky. But then again, I'm also +4 with Life Orb. And I don't think that they expect this. We'll see. I even outspeed Choice Scarf Groudon here, so I should be outspeeding. They do resist, but again, +4. That is good damage. I will take that. Because I can easily get rid of Ditto from here. What do you go for? That's fine. I still survive with Calyrex. Wow. Well, this is pretty close to the most damage anybody's actually dealt into my team so far, so well done. I think I'm just gonna Glacial Lance and Hyper Voice. I don't think you take out both our Pokemon here. Oh, you actually do. Wow. I know Prim isn't very physically defensive, but wow. Because you're only +4, so... Oh well. Water resist isn't quite enough. The thing is, I don't think there's any really easy way for me to get out of that position either, because you outspeed my Calyrex, so I'm not entirely sure what imposter actually copies over, because I mean, if I'm not min speed and, well, I don't I don't know exactly how that works. We're probably just speed tied. I probably lost because of a speed tie then. Yeah, because I outsped the turn before with Glacial Lance, and then I survived Glacial Lance at the very end there. So, yeah, that was all because of a speed tie. That's unfortunate. I guess the best way for me to deal with that would be, I guess, to probably protect one of them. Not entirely sure what would be the best way to play that out. Screw it, I'll go for another one. Let's end it off with a battle against Jordy with the good old Kyogre. That's always fun. And by that, I mean it's never fun. That spread damage is just too much damage, unfortunately. I'll still lead with my combo here. Hope for the best. I may even want to lead Mouse in the house, to be honest. Well, no, they got 2 fake out mons. I really want to make sure that I got my psychic terrain up. They don't have any way of changing terrain except for Rillaboom. Trick Room would be annoying with Amoonguss. Really gonna have to focus on redirection, but I think having the rain up might help me out a little bit here. I'm curious as to what Urshifu. That Urshifu is probably water. They've already got a dark type on a couple dark types on their team. I think I want Rillaboom on this one, actually. Part of me is kind of regretting not leading Rillaboom in case they lead Kyogre. Hello, Garchomp. Motorcycle Man. Kyogre and Ensign. Probably fake out Water Spout. Tera. I can already see it. I'm dying here. I mean, they can't fake me out, but I'm still probably gonna die to a Water Spout. I don't think Indeedee survives that. I never actually calced that. It's probably not the best time to figure it out either. And the Intimidate already begins. Definitely don't want a Tera. Do I even want a Sword Stance? You know what? I think I do. Do I follow me or Trick Room? That's the question. Tera Fairy. I might want to. I'll Trick Room. Yeah, this one's kind of hard. I'm not entirely sure how to play this one. Kyogre teams I really struggle against just because of how bulky water typing is and just in general. They went for Opals. Interesting. I get my Sword Stance, and I get the Trick Room. So I guess that was a pretty decent play. I was expecting a Water Spout. Not sure why they didn't. Maybe they don't run it on this Kyogre. I think I'll just Glacial Lance. Helping Hand? It's not the best play here. I don't think this actually knocks out either one of them. I'm +1. Life Orb, Helping Hand. What does this do to Ensign? If I can get a knockout, I can start getting my boost and start rolling with the game, but no, I don't, unfortunately. And they're probably gonna Parting Shot. Yeah, okay. I'm back to neutral, but only neutral. Who are they sending out? Rillaboom probably. Taking a second to decide. Oh, a Moongus. Interesting. Yeah, I am neutral. Oh, 3 turns to Trick Room. Okay, interesting. I don't know why I thought there was 2. See, I think I want to just protect and Psychic? You're probably just gonna Tera something. Yeah, probably Tera Water Amoongus. If I had to guess. Protect goes up. Spore into Protect. Of course. Psychic into Amoongus, and Indeedee probably goes down here. I'm guessing a no pulse. Oh, I didn't quite do as much as I was hoping for. They went for Ice Beam. I think I'll swap into Rilla here. And I think follow me just in case. In case for some reason they want to go for like a Ice Beam into Calyrex for some reason. Or they expect a switch. Plus, I'd rather Indeedee actually goes down here. Even though I'd be removing my psychic terrain. There's a Spore. And Opals, okay. Follow me is kind of useless. Double Avoid. That's... okay, sure. Now I just have a sleepy Indeedee on the field. I think I want to Woodhammer a Kyogre. Well, they might switch out, obviously. I always forget which button it is. Actually, I think I still want to Woodhammer that spot. And Helping Hand in case I can wake. That'd be nice. I'm still asleep. That's still fine, I think. Oh yeah, I'm grass type. I always forget that I can ignore Rage Powder. I was just thinking I should still be able to survive Ice Beam, but then I was gonna say maybe not with the recoil, but doesn't matter. I always forget that's a thing. And my opponent probably did too. Twisted Dimensions back to normal. That's kind of what I was playing for. Sort of stalling out a little bit. So that way I can make sure that Maushold is actually somewhat valid. Is it Ensign? Is it Ensign? Is it Ensign? Please tell me it's Ensign. Just send in the Ensign. So I can hopefully wake, Helping Hand, high horsepower, get rid of it. Thank you. Oh, I forgot you're low HP. I don't need to worry about Helping Hand, probably. Although Helping Hand, Grassy Glide might be useful. I think I outspeed you. Ensigns don't generally run speed. You know what, I think a wood hammer. And follow me just to be safe. Why am I still asleep? Now's not the time for a nap. Goodbye, Mungus. Oh, Rocky Helmet. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage to myself. And probably a Flare Blitz into the monkey. Of course. Goodbye, Rella. Oh well. Would have been nice if I could have woken up, but no. I do still have a Calyrex. They can't swap out their Ensign, but they can still parting shot like crazy. The good news is I do wake this turn. Bad news is now there's an Urshifu on the field. Oh boy. I think I Glacial Lance follow me. No. I think I protect follow me. No. Urshifu gets to protect. I always forget that. Ugh. Urshifu's gonna be annoying. You know, I think I just Glacial Lance follow me. Urshifu goes first. What? Wasn't that three turn? What? Huh? Well, that's annoying. I miscounted my sleep turns, apparently. I still survive, but I'm getting Flare Blitz out the ass here, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, parting shot. On Indeedee. Okay. So my opponent threw, and I appreciate it. Don't really know why. But I think I can win from here. I definitely do wake this turn. I'm scarfed. I think just Pop Bomb and Psychic? Or should I follow me? I think I'll follow me. Well. They can only hit one Pokemon at a time. I really miss... Okay, I have no words. This game hates me. Okay, at least we landed one of them. Now I have to land several. Again, I miss. What? I'm actually seething right now. That move is 90% accurate, and I missed twice in a row. That is a 1% chance to happen. I hate this freaking game. Well, at least I got into some losses in today's video. Not just gonna be all sweeping everybody. But it is very, very annoying how close I got in both of those and still just lose because the game said, nope, F you, you don't get to play the game. Still fun though. But hey, I've already been recording for an hour. I mean, 3-2 isn't terrible. And it's a little annoying how close I actually got in those two. The game just decided that, hey, coin toss is going to come down to that, but we're not going to let you win it. I'm only slightly seething. Still had a lot of fun though. Hopefully you guys had fun watching. If so, feel free to drop a like or even a dislike. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I had too much fun with this team to have anything hurt my feelings, to be honest. Or if you want to catch some more of these, I do like to play the game a lot and put a lot of scuffed crap together and hope it sticks and hope it does decently. And this one actually worked out pretty well. So if you want to catch some more of these, feel free to drop a subscribe. And again, the rental ID is on the screen in the description along with the Pokepaste. And until next time, take care.